Hey guys, my name is Logan Taylor and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a pretty different type of video than I've really ever done, and that's because I'm doing a challenge video. So for the last couple weeks, especially during the stay-at-home order and this quarantine, I feel like I haven't been doing very good for myself, especially when weather started getting kind of dreary. I wasn't getting outside much, but I'm sure almost everybody can relate when I say that I've been stress eating and bored eating and eating. So I was talking with my fiance Chris, and I was just trying to think of something I could do to really push myself for a smaller period of time, but push myself to like maximum capacity, if that makes any sense. Did that make sense? So the top 3 changes that I'm gonna make, and the most important ones, are gonna be number 1, drinking a gallon of water a day. I know that a gallon isn't necessary, but it gives me a number to shoot for that's kind of up here. The second thing that I'm going to be doing during this is doing a mile every single day, whether that be jogging the mile, walking the mile, sprinting the mile, which is extremely unrealistic and I won't be doing. That plays into the third thing that I'm going to be doing, is eating a very strict calorie count and eating healthy food with it so I can have more food for the calories. So I took a test, and in this test I put in my height, my current weight, and it pretty much gave me the calorie count that I need to be eating to maintain, lose a little bit of weight, a medium amount of weight, and a lot of weight. So this week I'm going to try to go to that strictest calorie count. I did 2 different tests and put 2 different types of physical activity because I wasn't sure which one I really fell in for this week. So it looks like it's going to be anywhere between 1,324 calories a day to 1,459 calories a day. I'll probably find a good middle ground between that, and I'll probably go for about 1,400 a day. I obviously know that probably 1,400 calories a day for me long term is probably not going to be ideal. I guess what But I guess that's really what this whole week is about, is just pushing myself to the absolute limits with trying to take care of myself and see how I feel physically and mentally afterwards. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my measurements. I'm going to step on the scale for you guys, and then we'll start our day 1 because I'm so starving right now. Okay, so I grabbed my only low-rise swimsuit so you guys can see everything and I can't hide what's going on. So the smallest part of my waist is at 30.75 inches. The largest part of my hips is at 39.5 inches. All right, I'll take it. Alright, so it's day 1, and here in a minute we're gonna go on our first run. It's actually raining right now, so we're gonna try to wait out the weather a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to have my first lunch on all of this. Sadly enough, I'm not very hungry right now because I had so much coffee this morning and that fills me up so much. So I'm just gonna have one of these little guys. These are so delicious and very tasty, and I'll probably snack on some veggies. I have some carrots and stuff. I'll probably snack after the run. I'm not out of breath. I'm very thin.
Bro, we've ran for like 1 minute.
Eh? That was only half a mile.
It's a start.
We'll get there. So we just finished eating lunch. I didn't film it because it looked really plain and unappetizing because it was just eggs and potatoes. It was a good way to get some carbs and some more calories into our lunch. During this whole process, I'm actually using a notebook to keep up with our daily calories, our water, and everything in between, really, just to make sure that we're sticking to everything. So tonight, we did a really lean steak. So we did some chopped sirloin, and then we're doing some white rice and some veggies lightly sauced in cheese so that Chris will eat them. So the biggest change for us here is, so often we would order takeout. We would order like burgers or chicken tenders. So this is different because we're just like eating kind of normally, almost like the typical veggie protein carb. I hope it tastes good. So today's day 3. Instead of making an entire lunch, we made a bunch of multigrain waffles because it sounded good, and we've been busting our tails today, so we deserve it. They're kind of my thing right now. They're really also not that bad for you. It's not like they're extremely nutritious, but they're multigrain, and we're using this syrup. It's a light syrup. All of our cats are on the table right now looking at me. We're about to go on our day 3 mile run. Today we are going to try and run the entire thing. All right, so we just finished running our mile on day 3. It was the first time during this challenge that we've ran the entire mile straight through, which also means that we have to walk another mile back home. That's great. The past 2 days we've been walking / jogging half mile away from home and then walking the half mile back, and today we just sprinted the whole mile. It wasn't as difficult to get through the mile as I thought it was going to be today. Running it was actually pretty okay. It was just afterwards I felt really lightheaded and dizzy and obviously really out of breath, which makes me feel like with how hot it is today and with my change in diet lowering my calories so much, maybe it was a little bit too much of a stretch. Neither of us are runners and neither of us have ever been runners. For us to run that mile straight through is a pretty big accomplishment, actually. Well, I guess we'll get out of this random person's front yard. So right now we're over halfway through this challenge, which feels pretty crazy. It's been remarkably easy. I don't know, easy is a weird word. The biggest thing that I've noticed, I haven't shown you guys a lot of like me drinking a gallon of water a day. I have been drinking the gallon of water a day, and pretty simply actually. It does get hard with late night cravings. That's definitely the most difficult part, but we've been managing pretty okay. It feels weird to be halfway done with this already. Okay, so I finished day 4 lunch, making it that is. I made a fajita chicken Caesar salad. I used fajita chicken because honestly it was on sale at the grocery store, and so I grabbed it. But it tastes so good. And I'm excited because this looks like a little bit more of like a fresh lunch than I've been having the past couple of days. So I'm excited to have something light. Sam, I'm taking a video, bud. I'm out of breath, but we just did our mile for day 5. So, yay! I just made day 5 dinner. I'm doing like a honey glazed chicken breast with a sweet potato. Sorry I look like such a mess. We just have been outside literally all day today. I somehow managed to find the world's largest sweet potato and the world's smallest chicken breast, but it's fine because it evens out maybe. So much of healthy eating involves eating chicken breast, and I just find myself trying to find like really crazy ways to add things to the chicken to make it taste different. Because of that, I feel like I've gotten better at cooking because trying to creatively make something tastier out of things that I already have at home, and I'm having to be a little inventive, so that's kind of cool. Today, how I woke up and felt so much better than usual, like I didn't have a headache when I woke up this morning. I actually felt rested and I got just about the same amount of sleep as I always do. I would say today is the first morning that I really felt that kind of change, like my body just feeling better. So I probably should have started filming this before we completely devoured it. Today for lunch, we had to go grocery shopping today and there was some rotisserie chicken. So we grabbed the rotisserie chicken for lunch. Unfortunately, it looks awful because we have already eaten most of it. For the entire day today, everything I filmed, I said that it was day 6, and I just finished my lunch and I went to journal my lunch and realized that today's day 7 and today's actually the last day. And so that's nuts, and that's also kind of a good thing because I'm free tomorrow. So yeah, final day and I didn't even really know it. But it's wild because this is like the last meal of the challenge. I unfortunately tried to use the air fryer on the hash browns, and some of them like looked like they're uncooked and then others are like brown. So never again. Sam, no. Probably one of the cooler things that I've learned throughout this is that eating healthy doesn't mean you have to eat things you hate. It's just finding the things that fit within what you like that are still healthy. All right, so it's day 7. We're going on our last mile for the challenge. It's been storming all day long and it literally just cleared up outside, so it's a little dark out. Yeah, it'll be good for a walk, maybe a little bit of a jog if we're feeling wild. Yeah, let's do this final mile. So we ran it instead, which is awesome. But ow, it hurts. Running it was way easier than usual actually. Me and Chris were like, what? But right now, like, my heart's beating so fast. But it's okay. It's much better to do the run because then we're done with this whole thing in like 15 minutes. Whereas if we walk it, it takes us about 45. That was the last one. I mean, for this challenge, it's not like I'm never gonna run again.
Are you sure? You definitely don't like running.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better about these kicks. I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know if I was gonna have any results. So a lot of good things happened throughout this video, and I also definitely had my own struggles, but not the struggles you'd maybe expect. I want to preface to everybody that the goal of this was not to lose some crazy amount of weight in a short period of time, and more so just to see how it made me feel after a week of honing in on like all of the healthiest things possible, and also if these felt like changes that I felt like I could implement in my everyday life. With that being said, some more crazy changes than I expected happened. The overall consensus with how I felt with everything pretty much comes down to the fact that it felt a lot easier than I expected. It was actually crazy because I didn't notice a lot of difference when I was waking up in the mornings until about 2 days ago. I'm sure this is probably due to everything, but most importantly, probably the fact that I was hydrating myself so much before bed. But waking up ready and waking up more clear-minded, I wasn't so foggy. And to me, I personally felt like that was almost enough of a reason in itself to try to keep up most of these habits every single day. Now the moment that you guys are all probably waiting for, and the moment that I know that I was waiting for at the end of this week too, is gonna be the more physical results of everything. Again, please remember that this is only a week, that it's not gonna be this insane dramatic transformation because that's just not realistic. But some of these numbers were a little bit crazier than I imagined. And it shows that taking control of your health can do a lot for you even in just a week. My morning of day 1 weigh-in was 168.8 pounds. Today I weighed in on the morning of what would be day 8, so after I finished an entire day of day 7, and my weigh-in was 163.8. That is exactly 5 pounds. My day 1 waist measurement was 30.75 inches. This morning my waist measurement was 29.5 inches. That is 1.25 inches of loss around my waist. My day 1 hip measurement was 39.5 inches. And today my hip measurement was 39 inches even, which is a ½ inch loss on my hips. See how huge my brain got? What's it say? Say massive? Does it say very smart?
It says gigantic forehead.
It says still small. Doing a challenge like this with my fiance Chris was really awesome, partially because, I don't know, it was pushing ourselves to do something and pushing each other. Going on a mile walk together every day was just something that was really nice. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Something that was really cool is how much I was pushing myself, because I knew that I wanted to make this into a video, and I knew that I wanted to be able to look back on it for myself and share it with you guys. And it made me excited to think about doing more health challenges, obviously within the realm of possibility without making myself miserable or hurt. You guys have any other challenge ideas or any other health ideas at all that you guys would love to give to me? I am more than open to recommendations. We have looked and we've seen a lot of people doing like 2-week ab challenges, and I thought personally that that would be something that would be a lot of fun, so I think that's probably what we're gonna be working on next. If you guys are interested in these future videos, please make sure you like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and it would make it a lot easier for you to find these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It really means the world to me because this is so much fun for me. I will see you guys in the next video. Say bye-bye. Aww. I love you, big boy. Okay. Oh, he scratched me. He said, "Pull me down."